Good morning, Maven. I know it is 10 a.m. for you over in Canada. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Rocco. How are you?
I am good. So, what brings you over to Canada? Or were you born there?
I came to Canada around 7 years ago as an international student. I was around 16 years old when I came to Canada.
Hmm.
I'm originally from Pakistan.
Okay, from Pakistan as an international student. And what, you've just decided to stay there because of the opportunities or other reasons?
I came to study, but since my studies were finished, I just decided to stay here to earn some money.
Hmm.
We're all stuck in the matrix for now.
Okay, fair enough. So, what are your plans for? Are you planning to move somewhere else once you've acquired more money? Do you plan on going back to Pakistan, or are you happy over there in Canada?
No, not really happy in the Western countries. Plan is to go over to Dubai,
The
most
goal is Dubai,
probably.
did you say?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Dubai.
completely fair. Okay, so how are you going to achieve that goal of moving to Dubai? What processes do you have in place?
I'm in the real world right now, and I've been getting so much help from all the professors and the students in general. And it's actually a great way for me to plan my things and earn the income that I really want to earn, and then move to Dubai. So I do have a plan in place,
Good.
thanks to the
Now, a
professors, of course.
bit more in depth on that plan. What does it come down to? What are the aspects to it? What kind of things are you doing?
So I'm basically using my skills that I've learned from the real world campus and earning money through that. And then plan is to invest that money into something and grow some more money out of it. And then I would say move to Dubai. Since I joined the real world campus, the first thing I started learning was copywriting. So copywriting has helped me write better, understand human psychology and how we can use pain points and emotions to in order to sell, basically.
Hmm.
So I've used copywriting to start my business with Airbnb. So I've made around 5 or 6K with Airbnb. And other than that, I've also learned marketing skills and negotiating, flipping items, and flipping cars as well. So with the help of the real world, I've also flipped a couple of cars here and there and flipped some items on marketplace as well. So
Hmm.
I've made around, I would say between 8 to 9K that as well.
Hmm. So combined, how much have you made, which you can attribute to the real world, and in what time span?
In 5 months, I've earned around 14 to 15K Canadian dollars.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm personally interested in hearing a bit more into how you got into flipping cars. Was flipping something you were doing previous to joining the real world, or is it purely joining that gave you the idea to do so?
Well, I'm naturally interested in basically talking to people, and I feel like I'm really good at it. But since I've joined the real world, skills and skills and my personality have improved a whole lot better. So because of that, I was able to scale more and do it more professionally, I would say, rather than just doing it casually.
Got it. And why specifically did you decide to flipping cars instead of, I don't know, watches or other things?
I just know a lot about cars, and as most boys my age, they are interested in cars, right? So why not just flip cars?
Okay, fair enough. And in terms of what you have acquired from copywriting campus, from freelancing campus, how different have the material and educational resources been within the real world compared to what's out there on the internet?
I have not got any courses from out there because, to be honest, I'm very skeptical on where I spend my money because Andrew Tate says that whenever you spend a dollar, you have to understand why they're taking money from you. So I'm super happy that the money that I'm spending in the real world, it's actually helping me
Mhm.
to get somewhere.
Right. And why did you join the real world if you're so skeptical of, let's say, online courses and similar things?
Well, first of all, it was the marketing of the real world. It's top notch. I'll give you guys that. And other than that, I believe in Andrew Tate, and I believe in his message. I believe in him as a person. And when Andrew Tate was blowing up, I was kind of going through a rough stage in my life. I just got out of a breakup, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, and I didn't really have a purpose. But since the real world, since I've joined the real world, I've actually found my purpose and a community as well. So
Mhm. Good. That's great to hear. In terms of expectations, when you heard about the real world and when you were actually taking the step to join, what did you expect from the real world right before you joined, and how different was reality from those expectations?
I've understood one thing after joining the real world that if you are willing to spend time, if you are willing to invest your time, your energy, and your effort, then I believe you can really do something in the real world and actually earn money. But if you are just someone that who wants to just be a part of something and not really take action, then I don't think the real world is for you. I didn't really expect anything, to be honest. I just thought that I'm gonna get in there and there's gonna be a couple of steps that I'm gonna follow and I'm gonna be a millionaire. But I believe reality does not work like that.
Mhm.
So I guess whatever you want in life, you have to actually put effort into it. And it's a very easy to follow process in the real world. It's nothing like complicated or hard to understand or anything like that. Everything is like explained so good in all of the campuses, and everything is well placed, well put together. So it's very easy to understand and to follow.
Mhm. Good. Now, what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you were first starting out with either Airbnb or the flipping?
The first challenge was to actually to start. That was the first challenge because the thing is that I believe that when you're starting something, sometimes you might get overwhelmed, and then you might have fears as well that, oh, if it's gonna work out or not, oh, what if this happens, what if that happens. But I believe that once you start, you learn through the process and you make mistakes and you learn and you grow.
Hmm.
So
Good.
I would say the biggest challenge was to actually put the action in and actually get something done.
Right. How different would you say your average day is now compared to before you joined the real world?
I have more energy, I would say, and I'm more motivated. I'm more driven, aggressive, angry, and I wouldn't say satisfied, but happy for sure.
Hmm. I guess satisfied, or okay, I guess you mean happy because you're actually heading in a direction you're happy with. You know, as long as you follow this trajectory, your life will turn out very well, and putting in the work is then worth it. I'm guessing that's what you mean by happy, right?
Yes, that is absolutely correct, and I have got the results of actually putting in the work and investing the time and energy.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm happy about, that I'm capable of it. I believe every human is capable of it, but it's just the thing that if you're actually investing your time and energy into something that's productive or into something that seems productive.
Makes sense. Now, what would you say have been the three biggest lessons you've learned from your time within the real world?
You have to show up every day. Even if you don't feel like it, you have to show up each and every day. You have to, that's the first thing that I've learned. Second thing is that if you want to get somewhere, you cannot get to that position alone. You need a team. You need people that will help you out, and you need people that you can actually trust. The third thing I would say is don't lose hope, don't lose faith. Always have faith in yourself and be confident that whatever that you're doing, you're the best at it.
But in terms of don't lose faith, It makes sense in the context of being in the real world because you know the direction you were given by the professors. As long as you follow it, you will succeed eventually. But I don't know, without the guidance, without such guidance, maybe you could be putting in all the work you want, but it's just like manning a ship that just isn't being steered into the direction you want to be heading. So you won't really get anywhere. So there's, I think, some nuance there, correct?
No, that's absolutely right. And direction is, I believe, very important. So if you have a direction and you're actually putting in the work, then you are getting somewhere. But if you don't have a purpose, you don't have a direction, and that's what I got from the real world,
Mhm.
like a direction. I had skills, I know how to talk to people, but I just didn't know how to earn money from those skills.
Going back to your second point from the three biggest lessons, you said you need a team. So personally, how have you applied that to your life and to your business?
So it's really important for everyone to understand that you need like-minded individuals around you. And in I would say that with the help of the real world, I was able to find friends like that in my hometown as well, where I'm actually living. So we have moved in together. We were all living in different places, so we all moved in together. We started working together. We started working on different things, started saving money and eating better diet, I would say, going to the gym together and actually pursuing the same goals. Now, the process might be different for everyone, but I believe that if you have the same destination, then those people they should be working all together instead of just individually, like working on everything all alone.
Right. Beautiful. So you've built up a brotherhood, quite a great brotherhood if you've moved in together and you're doing all those things. So should how again? How different have you noticed your progressing? Don't know how else to phrase it. After having moved in with your quote unquote brothers compared to when you were doing things by yourself.
Um, Productivity has definitely went up, I would say, and along with productivity, responsibilities have went up as well. So I'm the kind of person who's leading the whole pack. So my responsibility as an individual has went up, of course. And since we are all together, we are sharing ideas, we are brainstorming our ideas each and every day, and results are like really good.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when you're like working with people who has the same mindset as you and the same goals as you, uh, I believe it becomes a little bit easier and more fun, and the whole process of
Mm-hmm.
getting somewhere.
Right, that makes sense. And what other endeavors have you attempted or are you currently working on outside of the Airbnb and flipping?
I'm working on my fitness course right now. Other than that, I'm in the process of starting my own podcast, YouTube automation, and also trying to get into real estate as well. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Interesting. So, quite a variety of projects you're taking on. I mean, I wish you all the best with those, and I look forward to doing a follow up with you in future to see how all of those progress.
for sure. Thank you so much.
Now, where do you see your life heading in the next 6 months to 1 year since you're on this trajectory? Feel free to give me a different time frame as well if you prefer.
Well, I've set up a goal for 2 years that I want to see myself financially independent and financially free out of the Western country, out of the matrix, and just live in Dubai, get married, and retire my parents as well. That's one of the main responsibilities that I have right now.
Hmm. Beautiful, nice and simple. Okay, and on a personal level, what kind of an impact would you say Tate has had on you?
Became more aggressive and more confident, I would say. Since I've started watching Tate, I've got an idea of how a man should be in this society. So I believe he has really helped me and all the other boys turning boys into men, I would say. I've since I've started watching Tate videos and his content, uh, I believe it has affected me on in almost everything on a positive scale. Like my relationship with my family got better because I started to understand my responsibilities better. And it has also affected me in the sense that when you're going to the gym, like it doesn't matter what you feel like, you still have to get the work done. And the same mentality applies in every other aspect of life, whether it's business, relationships, or whatever it is. So yeah, I would say that Andrew Tate has helped me become a man. And 2 years ago, I wouldn't really imagine myself here where I am, and that's how it's gonna be in the next 2 years, I would say.
Good, yeah. And if you're looking back at yourself and you're not, what would be the right word here? I don't want to say cringing, but again, can't think of a different way to say it. If you're not cringing how you were, let's say 2 years ago, then you're not improving because you should be seeing like a change to the point where you just can't quite like see yourself from before the same way, if that makes sense.
I'm not really cringing on my past self, but I'm just really proud that since I started working on myself and I
Mhm.
look back where I was, I'm just really proud that I was able to do it.
Okay.
And I'm really happy that I have people in the real world as well who are actually trying to help each other to get to the same level. So that's just amazing. That's beautiful.
So you mentioned quite a bit about the community within the real world. Did the Winch channel have any kind of impact on you, or did you prefer not to look at it?
I do not go to the Vince channel.
Sure.
I prefer not to, like, I'm a person that I don't really interact with a lot of people in the real world. Sometimes I would send messages here and there, but I like to be focused on what I'm doing since I'm doing a lot of things in 24 hours. So I don't want to waste time like with entertainment or stuff like that. And when we talk about entertainment, it's been almost 2 years since I've watched TV.
Okay.
Netflix
Uh,
or movies or anything like that. I haven't been out doing anything like other than work in the past 4 months. I would say 4 to 5 months. I'm just like really focused on getting stuff done.
Got it. So yeah, that's great. Makes sense. Just the reason I asked about the Winch channel is because some people use it as motivation, seeing other people winning. But I guess I mean some people prefer just not to look at it at all and do their own thing. So I was wondering which perspective you took. Okay.
Motivation is just temporary. And if you asked me this question like 4 months ago, I would say that, yeah, I want to like, be motivated and all that. But now it's more about discipline and just following a routine and getting things done.
Okay. Got it. So I'd say that answers most of my questions now. So I would like to end off with for people who are still unsure about joining the real world, maybe they're thinking it's a scam for $50. What advice would you have to them?
I would just give them an advice that if you really want to change your life and if you really want to learn from the best, then this is once in a lifetime opportunity to join the real world. And we have amazing professors in the real world. We have an amazing community. Everyone wants to help each other, and you can literally scale your skills. You can literally scale your money in as little as 2 months. That's it. But if you are willing to put the action, if you're willing to put your time and energy and effort into what you want to learn, and if you really want to earn money, then this is the place for you. And it's a very, very competitive environment. So I
Hmm.
love that. as well.
Good. So, Maven, thank you for all your insights. Thank you for your time as well. And for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
You can join me on Twitter. My Twitter username is Mav the Chosen One. You can find me on Twitter, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Got it. We'll add that to the description of the video if anyone interested. Check that. And Maven, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I look forward to that follow-up interview. And until then, I wish you all the best.
thank you so much, Robert. It was really nice talking to you.